Starting off in chapter 6, if you look at the title of chapter 6, it says ratios, rates, and proportions. So we're going to do ratios, rates, and proportions. You did some of this last year in 6th grade. So just exploring and estimating some ratios today. Kind of understanding what they are, how to write them, that kind of thing. So a ratio, first off, it compares two quantities. Quantities are numbers, amounts. How much do you have of something? So it's always represented in a number. Okay? That's a quantity.
Got it.
You can compare two of them. So for example, if you think about this classroom and think about students in this classroom currently, can't count Luke because he's not here. The guy to girl ratio in this classroom right now, how many guys do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 guys. And how many girls? And 6. So it is a 6 to 6 ratio. And when we write ratios, we can write them 3 ways. We can write it just the way I wrote it there. You can write it as 6:6, or you can write it as a fraction. It's not a great example because it's the same number. Okay. So I'm going to change that a minute on mine here just so you can see that. So let's add Luke back in here. That would be 7. Would you agree if we added Luke back in?
It would be 7.
Okay.
Do I do the bigger number first?
No, you always do. If you notice here, this says guy to girl ratio. So the guy comes first, girl comes second. If it said girl to guy, you'd write it the other way. So you always have to figure out what do the words say. That's the order you're going to use. And it said, we read each of those the same way. We read it as if it were to say 7 to 6. So we read it as if the middle, the dots or the fraction sign is the word 2. But you can write it any of those 3 ways. So if a question says, write the ratio of 7 to 6 3 different ways, you would write it those 3 ways. Okay? That's writing ratios different ways. Teacher to student ratio. So there's, if you think about middle school teachers, there's 6 of us. Okay? And I wrote that first because it says teacher to student, or teacher dash student ratio. And there are approximately 90 middle schoolers. So you could write it this way, or you could say 6 to 90, or you could say 6 ... 90. Any of those work? This is the okay way. What do you know about the number 6 and the number 90?
There's a big difference.
There's a big difference. They're whole numbers.
They can both be divisible by 3.
3 can fit into both of those. So let's try that a minute. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. 90 divided by 3 is 30.
Oh.
So you can write it either way, 2 to 30, or 2 colon 30. What do you know about the numbers 2 and 30? 2 fits into both of those. So we divide both by 2, we get 1 to 15, or 1, the word 2, 15, or 1 colon 15. Now, those are 3 equivalent ratios. They all represent the same thing. For every 1 teacher, there's 15 students. For every 2 teachers, there's 30 students. For every 6 teachers, there's 90 students. Okay?
That's so cool.
They all mean the same thing. Now, when you think about, like, what's the best way to write things? Like, this is like the okay way, and this is maybe a little better, but we'll still call it okay. And this is probably the best way.
So basically that's an average of how many kids there are per class, 15?
Basically, yeah. The cool thing about ratios, if you include units with them, like that's teacher to student. If I would have said 6 teachers to 6 students, I could flip it over. I could say there's 90 students to 6 teachers, right? It means the same thing.
Yeah.
So, but you need to make sure you include units. If you don't include units, you have to write it the way that they said it in the, so teachers was first, students was second. Okay?
Okay.
So here's what I'm hoping you can be able to do after seeing that. Writing a ratio to represent a situation. Number of guys to number of girls in our class, or teachers to students in middle school. Can you reduce ratios? That was taking the 6 teachers to 90 students, making it all the way down to 1 to 15. And then writing ratios in the 3 different ways.